going on, y'all? This is the Rando Convo podcast.
Let's talk about your mom. You sure you want to do that?
Yeah, sure.
All right, your world.
She's fun. She's gonna laugh. She's gonna laugh.
All right, we're here, bro.
Man, what's going on, everybody? This is the Rando Convo podcast coming to you live. As always, it's your boy Nick, the producer.
You won't be hearing this live, but all right.
Why you gotta like?
It's your
Why
boy.
you gotta? Why you got? No, before we introduce this man, we need to introduce him right. He's the one, the only, the royalty.
It's your boy NYKOTT.
The dick.
Lowercase, no spaces.
Nah, the dick.
It's your boy Nana. What's going on? I don't know why Nick keeps calling me that. I can't imagine it, but whatever. You already know. Happy whatever day you listening to this. You feel me? What's going on?
How's your week been, bro?
Boy, I don't know why my week just keeps getting busier and busier. I think this is gonna be an interesting fall/winter period.
Nigga.
It really is. It's gonna be one like never before. That's for sure.
Man, this winter, I'm not looking forward to this winter at all. I am actually dreading it, to be honest.
I feel like people gonna be inside again, whether they want to be or not.
I usually like winter because that's like, that's the best dressing season in terms of like, putting on. I love coats and shit.
That's the fit season, huh, Nick?
I love coats. I love coats, jeans. You know what I'm saying? Timbs. Like that's my shit.
This is fit season.
That's my shit.
Nah, I'm with you. I'm
this year, niggas about to be in the house.
I am a hoodie. You can take the picture, put it on whatever. I'm a hoodie nigga.
Not
I
desperate.
hear you. I hear you, bro.
Not desperate. Not desperate, and I
need.
need to be comfortable when I'm at home.
Look, sorry, Nick. You don't get to flex this year. Get them next time.
Next time.
Get them next time. You be out.
Post-Rona.
Post-Rona. You know they saying what, late 2021?
That's not what Trump's saying.
Trump don't say a lot of things. You know that?
But that's our president.
What does that mean? He's just another person.
Fool, what's your random thought?
Hey, bro, why you trying to just come up? Right.
I'm trying to stick to the. I'm trying to stick to the rigmarole.
I'm getting the timer out.
Yo, turn it on.
I'm getting it out, but random thought. What's going on, people? You feel me? It's another day of life, another good week to be alive. So this is my random thought. You feel me? Don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. If I said it before, I'm saying it again. Try it. Just give it a try. Just do some shit you wouldn't usually do. Don't do no off the wall shit, cause like that's how you start tweaking. It's not pretty. I'm talking like eat something you wouldn't usually eat. I'm talking go to a store you would usually go to. Get out your comfort zone, man. Do the little things. Randall Thile.
I think that was really good. That might be your best Randall thought yet. You've had some good ones. You've had some good ones.
When I said winter time should come back, that was A1, but nonetheless.
That was probably in the bottom tier.
Oh my God, Nick. Continue. What's your Randall thought for?
My Randall thought, and we're going to get into it, not now. My Randall thought essentially is if you're going to front run, you got to finish the job. I'll leave it at that because we'll get into it later.
I'm about to say, that's going to need some elaboration. Go ahead.
Man, we're going to get into it in the what you're watching. Now you get it?
Continue with the podcast, Nick.
We're going to get into it, y'all. But let's get into this first topic. We're going to get into some of the serious shit later. But let's start off with some good news.
Is that supposed to be foreshadowing?
Yeah. We're going to get into some good news. And it's partially good news because there was some bullshit mixed in.
It's not good news if you was planning on buying an Xbox.
It's not good news. You trying to buy a PlayStation, nigga, in terms of like pre-orders. But we'll get into it.
Go ahead.
This week and partially last week, we have, learned more about these systems than we've, known in the past, couple months.
That's how it go.
Like they have released pretty much everything we need to know.
The pre-orders is coming on. It's time. If you don't know what you're getting, it's probably a little bit. You probably either on the fence trying to get both or just gonna wait. Like I feel like a lot of people are, but
man, I was thinking about waiting until I saw Spider-Man. When I saw Spider-Man and I saw how crazy that game looked,
man said, "Take my money." Nah,
it happened that day. It all happened so quickly.
That was one of our gunpoint, bro.
That was one of the most stressful nights I've had in a while. Let me go over my night with you.
What did you? Oh, Dick, do not elaborate your whole night.
I'm not gonna elaborate the whole night, but
ahead,
I watched the press conference. Right, the press conference comes on at like 4.
Sure.
I'm watching it. I see some good stuff. I'm like, cool. All right. And then they tweet out pre-orders go live tomorrow. I'm like, okay. All right, cool. I'm just cooling. I get a call from a friend. And this man says, you need to go on the internet right now because they are selling out right now. I go on Target, cop it, right? Then SunTrust calls me and says, we detected fraud on your account in the amount of $580 something. Is that you? I'm like, yes, that's me. That's me. And they're like, all right, bet. Contact the manufacturer to replace your order.
Ugh, SunTrust.
When I tell you my heart was just like, yo, y'all fucked me
SunTrust
over.
really set the screen.
I didn't even know what to say.
That's their job, bro.
And then it is. And it wasn't even a person. I was talking to a fucking robot.
Hey, man, at least they checked up on you. What if you were getting robbed and they didn't check up on you? You'd be sick.
Plot twist, I wasn't. I was sitting there heartbroken because I had told my other friend, I was like, yo, like,
I got it.
No. I told him that, but it was mostly, you need to cop it. Like, I did the same thing my friend did to me. I was like, let me call my friends and be like, yo, like, it's out. He texts me back and says, I just got it when I found out the SunTrust shit. I was like,
ooh, so you tried to replace your Target order and then it said,
oh, you couldn't even replace it. It said out of stock immediately. I was just refreshing, and then I followed this one dude on Twitter named Wario64. Shout out Wario64. He's responsible for a lot of people getting the PS5.
Word.
He tweeted out GameStop restocking in 5 minutes. I sit on GameStop. Like, I click on the one I want, right? Because there's two versions.
Yeah.
I click on the one I want. Sold out at 9:01. I click on the one I don't want. Sold out at 9:01. They have bundles. They had one that was $700. Bought that one. So I ended up copping it. But God, what a shit show. Like, what a shit show.
You wanted to cop it on rips.
No, but that's fine. If I didn't cop it, it's whatever. The shit show that was the pre-order, whether I copped it or not, the shit show. The amount of people that got fucked over.
They weren't prepared for how many people were prepared to get this thing.
How? Like, how could you not be prepared?
Hey,
like,
bro,
I could have told them that.
Talk to the numbers department.
We've been talking about this for weeks.
Talk to the numbers department. Did Xbox sell out? Did anyone know?
It hasn't been pre-ordered yet. You can't pre-order it yet.
All right, I'll say I hope that happens. That'd be a funny thing to see.
What if it's like you can cop that shit like day of type shit? You can cop that shit like a fucking like fan or something. Like, it's just in the Best Buy at all times.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I think that I think that it's gonna sell out too.
It might.
I think there's enough people where there's gonna be a demand for it.
It's not doing no PlayStation numbers, I'll tell you that.
It's not doing it in the stratosphere. Let's get into kind of the comparison.
Specs.
So there's a couple differences, you know what I'm saying? These systems, I feel like over the course of years have kind of melded into kind of the same shit in a lot of ways.
Don't let me forget about this beat idea I have. Because I swear to God, if I walk out of here and don't tell you about this beat idea.
I will make sure you don't forget.
Thank you, Nick. All right, let's get into these specs.
I got you. Let's get into the specs. So I think me and Nana can both say that we're not like
Nick,
super.
I'm about to explain to you what a processor is.
I think we can both say that we're not the most educated niggas on computer hardware. Like, I know software really well. Hardware, not really. So, I don't know exactly what, the difference between an 8-core Zen
Nick,
CPU core.
Talking, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But it seems just on paper that the Xbox, from a processing standpoint, is more powerful than the PS5.
That's what these numbers say.
But who the fuck cares?
I will say, if anyone's thinking about getting the Series S, I wish you luck, because that just don't look like it cheap. But it's cheap. It is cheap.
It is cheap. I think it looks nice. It is small. It's like this big.
That's cool.
Like, and it's not even, honestly, not even its length. It's like this. It's like, that's kind of crazy. Like, the size of a keyboard, basically. That's tough. I like that.
You like that you're saving space?
Yeah.
Congrats.
Not you as a hater.
I'm just sorry.
I'm just saying, this is a reformed Xbox people.
Throw
This
a
is a
title,
reformed Xbox person.
Throw
bro.
a title on me if you feel the need to. Just
Reform,
because it's
reformed
smaller.
Microsoft veteran. Nah. Yes.
Because it's smaller. I don't know if that deserves brownie points or anything, but
I think it's cool. Like I'm not. It's not the make or break. It's cool
thing.
though.
All right,
it's cool.
But when I say it's okay, I'm a hater. That's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah.
Continue with your talking, Nick.
I'm just going down the list, man. We going to spewing. I'm reading. We going down 10.28 teraflops on the PS5, 12.15 on the Xbox Series X, and 4. Somebody calling me.
I will say
4 teraflops on the Xbox
it's not
Series
even
S.
half on the S.
That's graphics we're talking about. So that's like a big difference just in terms of.
That is a very big difference.
And like I told you before the podcast started, like the Xbox One X, which was the last released Microsoft console, theoretically from a resolution standpoint is more powerful than the new Xbox Series X.
Up to me, bro. How you gonna do that?
They're trying to make it as cheap as possible, which I completely understand. I get it, and there's gonna be a market for it. Hell, that market might be me depending on my financial situation.
Y'all got it.
But it's definitely not a need thing. And I don't know who is gonna say they need in that. Look, we don't need any of these consoles. But for PlayStation users, it's been 7 years since we've had a real new console. Yeah. It makes sense that a lot of niggas want to upgrade. Same thing for Xbox niggas in terms of they want to upgrade to the PS5.
But here, okay, I thought you were about to say upgrade to the Xbox Series S. I was like,
are you really
even upgrading?
No, and that's the thing. You're not really upgrading like that because they're trying to make it so that because there are a lot of their games going to be cross-platform.
You can play them on both? That's what I heard.
Yeah, and they're trying to make it all.
Use the controllers for both too.
No, did you know that you have an app on your phone that can let you play Xbox?
Yes.
Do you have it?
Yes.
Do you use it? It's not tight. It just came out this week.
It came. Are you talking about the more recent one? No, I'm talking about the OG one.
Oh no, they just released. Literally, it was like you don't need any connection to your Xbox. It's just you sign into your Xbox Live and you can play your games.
That's supposed to be for the upcoming joint, isn't it? Or
it's out today. Oh, I'm sorry, it's out this week.
Congrats to Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know how it works. I can't really. I don't have an Android nor an Xbox.
I'll let you know how it goes. I'm not that excited for it.
I think it's called xCloud. I think that's a cool direction to go in. I'm not here for it.
I'll let you know how it goes. But like I said, I think it's kind of crazy that the next gen series is gonna have worse graphics than your last gen.
It's not the graphics; it's the resolution.
Yeah,
graphic wise. But it doesn't mean exactly like they're going to be
graphics vary per game. That's one thing in itself.
Like the graphics are going to be the same. Like Assassin's Creed is going to be the same on all theoretically, right?
Like I said, the graphics base per game, but this literally has the same power pushing that the last console had. Damn near
less.
Thank you.
Resolution wise, and that's like it can only go to I believe 1440. Yes, 1440.
Yeah.
On resolution. PlayStation 5, they both can go 4K.
Like I said,
that is the main difference between
them. I think that's kind of backwards, but that's just me talking.
Now, in terms of the Series X and the PlayStation 5, I hate how it is because you gotta because PlayStation 5 and Series X is the same, but S is different. Mm-hmm. It's annoying as fuck. They're both have the same RAM, but the Series S has 10 gigabytes of RAM, which I'm not gonna hold. That's a good amount.
It's more. I would say the Xbox got more, but you don't know how much is actually dedicated for games and how much.
No, they're the same. They're the same. RAM's same.
No, I thought you were talking about memory.
No, I'm talking about RAM. RAM's the same.
The storage. Go ahead.
RAM is the same. RAM basically is.
Series S.
Do you know the difference between RAM and storage? The storage is how much data is stored. RAM is how fast it goes. So 16 gigabytes of RAM is pretty fast. 10 gigabytes of RAM is also pretty fast. It's just not as fast.
16.
Right. So the Xbox Series S, again, slower. They both apparently come with a terabyte hard drive. But that's going to fill up hella fast for a lot of people.
I would say it's...
When Call of Duty is over 150 gigabytes.
I say you don't know how much is dedicated to like just for games and how much is getting taken over by whatever it is.
You're probably getting like out of a terabyte, you're probably getting like 8, 9. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna the system takes its
I mean,
data off of
PS5 isn't giving as many, and they're still gonna dedicate how much ever to media, whatever they do. So it's the same story back and forth.
And also they both have solid state drives, which I'm fucking with. You know what solid state drive does?
Different than the old ones. No.
Basically, when you lift up a console and it is making a lot, like if you shake a shit type shit, it's gonna kind of have that spinning sound.
Sure.
Solid state drives are not spinning; they just are stationary.
That's good.
So
that's perfect for the PlayStation. That fan used to go crazy,
and that's a big thing. Yeah, I don't think this in the stats, but yeah, it's ventilated as fuck because that was the main issue with the PlayStation 4. That bitch, when you play a game that has even remotely good graphics, that bitch sounds like it's about to take off. Go to Cuba. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why to Cuba, but hey.
I don't know why either. In terms of expandable storage, I didn't know oh, you know what? That's cool. I didn't know that. So you can expand the storage on the PlayStation 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot easier on Microsoft's side, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could do it on the last one too, so it's no real difference over there.
Yeah, did they it's like a memory card now?
Was it like that? I think it's smaller, but you had a little hard drive thing for last one. It's the same story. It's expensive as fuck though. That's just no joke.
PlayStation, like I do it with my PS4 now. I just buy a hard drive and just plug it into the bitch in the front. And it's the only thing now is you can't just use any hard drive. You have to use a solid state drive now to do that.
Cool.
Because they want to make sure that bitch is running as fast as fuck.
Good for them.
Optical drive, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the digital edition and the S don't have anything like that.
Can't put disc in them.
Right. But both of them in terms of the X and the PS5, they both have Blu-ray, 4K. Same old shit they had last time.
I was saying it should. You only go backwards if it didn't.
Not gonna hold you. I don't know what the next one even means.
I/O out throughput?
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know what that does.
Well,
so we'll skip past that.
Good for us.
Both up to 8K. There's nothing I've seen that's 8K so far.
Except for the S, which is up to 4K.
And even that is like, it's not to 4K really. Like, that's up to 4K like streaming in terms of like Netflix, not video games.
Target 1440p.
That's for the video games.
Hey, we made it.
So it's gonna look nice, but if you're trying to get like something that's gonna look great on your TV,
I think that's a big deal.
I mean, PS4 had that.
I'm about to say Xbox still don't got it.
I mean, because VR. Look, I've had VR. I had a VR headset. I sold it because the cables are just too much.
Word.
There are 2 HDMI cables that have to be plugged up into that bitch. Yeah, and it has to be plugged up into a power supply. And you gotta plug up headphones up to it. And you gotta plug an additional cord up to it. I plan on
getting the VR shit.
And you gotta use a controller still. And you gotta use the Move controllers. It's just too much. It's just too much. And the games, while they're fun when you play them, gets old.
All right.
Because there's no big game on there.
Star Wars drop?
It's not it's like a game in the sense of when you go to like an arcade.
Word. I look from a person who hasn't had it PlayStation wise, because I've done VR for phone, but I say you can only do so much.
It was very cool. Like, I liked it.
But it came and went.
When I tell you I never had any encouragement to play it. Because one, it's a very solo experience. That's too. What I thought. Yeah. I can't just like, oh, you want to play VR, you know what I'm saying? That's a mood killer.
I'm about to say, if they get some online shit going, that's popping.
That'd be tough. They don't have that yet.
Hey, PS5 coming, you don't know.
No, I hope it like if it takes off, I'm not gonna be mad about it.
I'm excited for it.
I don't know if it's gonna take off. And truth be told, I think AR is better. I think AR is just a better form of just, it's more successful.
I think VR just hasn't been perfected yet. Baby steps.
I agree with that. I don't know if they're the ones to do it because Oculus has been the ones to
I'm gonna get me an Oculus. I know I am.
That Oculus is perfect because it has no wires. If they can do that,
I mean, it's a phone though.
If they do that, I'm in.
You literally put your phone in the Oculus and keep moving.
The Oculus 2 though is like an actual it can play like all the heavy VR games. So I'm like, if you're gonna do a PlayStation VR 2, you need to have no wires.
Have to see the joint and see how it's looking.
We're gonna see. The VR support don't mean they're gonna have a PlayStation VR 2 though. Like no one knows that's coming. I just know
wait and see.
PlayStation VR 1
I think it's much better that they have something than there's nothing.
I agree with that. But I think Microsoft probably has something and is just like not releasing it because the PlayStation VR just did okay.
Move your speculation somewhere else.
Nigga, speculation. It's a fact that shit didn't sell that well. I ain't speculating, nigga. I am reporting.
You were speculating on Microsoft. That's what you're doing.
Do I believe that Microsoft has a VR headset in this? Of course they do. These companies literally test everything.
Keep them moving, Nick. What's next?
Niggas need to get more informed about companies and shit. Because I think Nana is not informed about how Microsoft, one of the richest companies in the world, doesn't have and they do have a VR headset.
They haven't dropped it. That's what I know.
Microsoft?
Not for their Xboxes, nigga. That's what we talking about.
So Microsoft can't just move something that they've made to another one of their products.
Till it drops, Nick. Speculation.
Cloud gaming, because this thing is capping. Cloud gaming.
It's always cap when they don't agree.
Nah, it's cap when Nana's wrong. Cloud gaming wise, Microsoft Project xCloud, that's what's released for Android. And you can play your Xbox games anywhere, which I think is super tough. But, you know, it is what it is. It's better than what PlayStation got. PlayStation now is, it's okay. It's okay. It's just not as good as Game Pass and all that shit.
Good to know.
You know, I don't fuck with streaming games in general. That shit kind of sucks. Because if your internet's a little shaky, you're going to get some lag. And lag is fine in an actual online game, but lag is not cool if you're playing like a single player game. That's some stupid shit. Backwards compatibility. PS4 has just PS4. Scroll up?
Yeah.
So what?
I mean, the camera's in on.
You said what?
The camera. In my vision.
I see. I got you. So, backwards compatibility. Xbox has knocked this one out the park. Because you can play all your Xbox games that's ever been released, while PlayStation just stuck with PS4. I don't think many niggas have a problem with that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess kudos to them for incorporating the original one.
Yeah, I can't fault them for it. It's cool, but it's not a make or break for most people. Dimensions, whatever. One's white, one's black. They're releasing 2 days within each other. Pricing's important. So the price is the same.
But the S is not.
Yeah, the main ones are like I feel like the digital and the base are both competing with the Series X. The digital only $300 one, it's just in a class of its own. It's not competing with nothing. Yeah. It's just doing its own thing. I think that one's gonna sell a lot. I think it's gonna sell a lot of copies because
low price will do that for you.
It's a low price. A lot of people don't have 4K TVs, so most niggas don't care about not having the best graphics because they already don't have the best graphics.
Don't know who most niggas are, but all right.
The niggas who don't have 4K TVs.
Yes, that's a good class.
So it's a lot of people. So I feel like that's gonna sell. That might sell the most of Xboxes. I think the Series X is gonna have a hard time selling shit, to be honest.
That'd be so sad.
I just don't see the case to get it.
I don't.
I think it looks cool.
Thanks, Nick.
But that's it. Like I think that green light that's over top of it, that's cool. Like, you know, but
scroll down, see if you got any VR pictures.
They don't.
Nick.
You said VR?
Yes, I know what I said.
Why would they have VR pictures?
On the headsets. No, nothing.
Nah. There's no pictures at all. There's a pictureless article. You sent me it.
I know. I actually scroll.
There's a picture. This nigga.
Nick. You done?
I think so.
All right.
The games that are coming out, I don't think any games are coming out on Xbox. I can't name one game. I can't think of one game. I don't see anything on here that says any games launching on Xbox day one.
Nope.
It was gonna be Halo,
but they pushed it. So
it's like there's nothing. They literally say there's no word about anything.
They might drop FIFA.
That is not a thing. That is not enough. PlayStation's coming out, and look, I'm not saying PlayStation's is the greatest launch, but I mean, you coming out with
better than its opponents.
Yeah, you coming with Miles. I think PlayStation might have some more shit, and then they saw Xbox, and they're like,
don't waste that energy.
Yeah, like leave our heat for later. You know what I'm saying? But Spider-Man Miles Morales, That shit looks tight. That's the game I'm looking forward to playing the most first day. That shit's coming as a launch title. Demon Souls. I've never been like a Souls game fan. You ever play a Souls game?
Come on, Nick.
That's like Dark Souls, Demon Souls.
Come on, Nick.
Yeah, I expected that. So I want to make sure because Nana apparently plays a lot of video games besides FIFA. Apparently,
it's true.
Apparently, not Demon Souls though. No. Demon Souls, it has its own crowd. It's popular. It looked tight. I'm not buying it off rip. Not for $70. No sir. But those are the two big games coming from PlayStation. Cyberpunk though. Cyberpunk is coming in a couple weeks from the consoles dropping. And that's the game I'm going to be spending the most time on my PS5 with. 100%.
Have fun.
Grand Theft Auto in the future. I think that pretty much covers it. I think we went over everything as far as the PlayStation, Xbox concerned. What do you have any final thoughts?
I'm disappointed in the Series S. It could have came harder than that. But
S or X?
I said S.
So you're not disappointed in the X?
What more could they have done?
I don't know. Release some games with it.
You get used to it as a
make it less expensive because you're not gonna have any games on it. You know what I'm saying?
You get used to it as a Microsoft person. This isn't anything new. Microsoft. If you go to Xbox,
I actually like the S. I don't get why you don't like the S. Like, what do you not like about it?
They definitely skipped on some things.
But they gave it to you with the X.
What?
Why? Like they literally cut those things so it's $300
for it. This is how I view. When you talking next gen, you feel me? You're supposed to up the ante. You're supposed to be the next level. This is supposed to be the next big thing.
It is though, because here's how I've heard it described.
Go ahead.
From Xbox and people who work in video games.
Run faster. That's all I've heard.
It's still gonna have not fast loading time. I'm sorry, not slow loading time. It's supposed to be the same. Like they're all supposed to be the same level of quickness. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of resolution.
I think,
but it's literally a next gen system. It just doesn't look as good as the Xbox One X.
I think they cut some corners. I'm just
to make it $300.
That's fine. You made your choice.
Because even the X, I believe, it's like $400. Like the series. No, I'm sorry, the Xbox One X, the one that's already out. Mm-hmm. That one's $400. I don't know. This one is $300.
But like I said, they made their decision. I'm allowed to make mine. I'm disappointed. You cut corners, Microsoft.
I feel it. I like the S. I think the S is a good move. I think that's going to be a really successful console. I think the X is going to flop. I don't see the need for anybody to want that. Like, why would you buy this $500 system where all the games are coming to this $300 system? I don't get it.
Maybe they want the resolution.
Then buy a PS5. I don't see why you would want it. I don't get it. If it was cheaper, I'd understand. It's not. It's as expensive, and there's no games. PS5. That's I like to meet those people.
One day,
man. We've gone with our probably the easiest topic to go over. You know what I'm saying? Something lighthearted, but let's get into something a little more serious.
Dun dun dun.
I think it's this one. I hope I'm right.
Oh fuck, Nick.
No, which one is it, bro?
Nick.
No, which one is it, bro? Help me out.
Nick, I'm just gonna let you crash and burn here, bro.
No, help me out.
No, Nick.
Help me out.
This thing is I think it's this one.
It couldn't have been like any more opposite.
Oh my god. I mean, it's not even gonna go.
There you go.
It's not even gonna go well into the next topic.
Nah. Let's get a little serious.
Fuck, nigga, you did this.
Let's get a little serious. Let's not let me take it off the rails. You know what I'm saying? I fucked up. I fucked up.
All right, we're coming back. Fuck, nigga, you couldn't have done that worse.
I couldn't have.
All right, we're here. Yo.
This comes from NPR. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg died Friday. And
rest in power, yeah.
Rest in power. To me, she was a trailblazer in terms of like when in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? She fought for women's rights heavy.
Nah, she definitely needs to get some type of memorial monument, something. You feel me?
Right.
She deserves it. That's all I can say.
Right.
That's definitely deserved.
She's definitely made her mark in Washington. She's going to be remembered by a lot of people, but unfortunately, nobody's talking about that. everybody is talking about when she died and how far her death is away from the election.
I think it's just a time in the life, man.
Senator Mitch McConnell, which I'll scroll down because they talk about him. Senator Mitch McConnell has brought forth a decision to run a vote for a Trump nominee for the Supreme Court, which would give Donald Trump 3 court justices within 4 years. Or 4 years, yeah, you're right, sorry. 4 years.
Don't worry, Nick, I got you.
It's 3 years technically, but
don't worry, Nick, I got you.
When did he get in office?
Don't worry, Nick.
When did he get in office?
Don't worry, Nick.
When did he get in office?
Nick, I got you.
When did he get in office?
Nick, continue reading.
2017.
I got you, Nick.
It is 2020. 3 years. Anyways.
Oh my gosh, you're literally a child.
You knew you were capping. You knew you were capping. You're like, well, let's not talk about the cap.
Nick, if you go 3 calendar years, sure. This is his
Nigga, you were capping like Colin, bro. It's all good.
His final year. We know that.
It's all good.
This nigga. So 2020 election for a reason.
So back in 2016.
What do you say? All presidents only serve 3 years?
No. I'm saying at this point in time.
He hasn't reached his 4th. Congrats, Nick.
There you go. Anyways, in 2016, Mitch McConnell. Let me finish. Mitch McConnell. That was like, I give you like a 2 out of 10 on that imitation. At best. Try harder, nigga. In 2006.
Dwayne Wade in the dunk contest.
Nah, nigga, I'm more credible than that, chill. I'm more credible than that. That shit was rigged.
Nigga,
No, that shit was rigged. No, that shit was rigged. Yeah, that shit was rigged.
Continue talking about the topic, Nick.
If you let me finish. Mitch McConnell in 2016 took unprecedented steps to refuse for nearly a year to not let Obama nominate a Supreme Court nominee after Antonin Scalia passed away, who was a Republican justice. So a Republican justice died. Obama had an opportunity to put a Democratic justice in, Mitch McConnell, who looks like a turtle.
I remember this saga.
I'm saying
they got it off too.
They did it. And so now the argument that we're making is basically, oh, we were capping them. Let's do the right thing now. Let's let the president do this.
I love how we're trusting
this is the most
politicians to hold up on their own word.
No. Well, I'm not trusting anything. I'm like, the cap in this is so unreal that I don't understand why. It would not surprise me if I saw like some niggas in the streets, not like crazy like George Floyd protesting, but
they'd be outraged. Sure.
Yeah, because it's kind of wild. Because that's just like slapping America in the face, basically.
What is it that any of us can do about it?
You can call your senator's office. You can get in the streets. You can protest. You can do all that.
All right.
So you can do that. There's nothing you can do as far as changing what these fuck niggas gonna do.
All right, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. All right, cool.
But you can do steps to make their life a living hell.
That's cool.
When he comes out, make his life a living hell. Camera phones in his face. Shit, throw a rotten apple at this nigga. Don't hurt him. Embarrass him. Make his life horrible. Because like this, like when I tell you he's worse than Trump, and like I'd rather have Trump for 4 years than this nigga for any longer.
Whatever you deem appropriate action. All I know is I don't think there's anything we can. This is between we've completely put this in the politicians' hands. Whatever happened is a real. It is what it is moment, in my opinion.
My thing is we didn't put it in the politicians' hands. It's just in their hands. Like it's not like this was a decision we made. This is how it is.
It is.
This is how it is, bro. Like
then we let it in their hands, bro. Government was set up this way. We came into this country, and that's just how it's been.
Don't put we in this. I didn't let that shit happen. That shit is just how it is.
Hey, bro, it's definitely a we thing, whether you want it to be or not.
Nah, I'm not in that. That's you. That's you and y'all.
All right, Nick. You gonna suffer the same fate we suffer.
Nah, I'm immune.
Yeah, shut up. Continue talking.
I'm immune from it, but.
I'm immune. You the nigga who brought this up.
What I'll say is it saddens me that as soon as somebody dies,
bro, they don't give a fuck.
It's like you could have look. I had a feeling they were gonna be capping regardless.
Wasn't
That's
her
fine.
dying wish that they don't anoint a new judge till after
sure.
the election?
Oh,
Like
I'm
they
sure.
don't give a fuck, bro.
Oh, I'm sure.
You said you're not sure?
No, I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Like,
I think it's in here.
and I know for sure they're like, fuck that.
They don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not about to
they probably lied to her face too. Like, oh yeah, we won't do that.
I can't feel no type of way, bro. They've already shown their side.
I don't know. It's the fact that this nigga looks like a turtle too that just makes me even more mad at him.
Hey, bro.
I don't know what it is.
Whatever brings you. Ooh, Celtics take game 3, 117-106.
Needed to happen.
Miami struggles from 3, 12-44. That's not how you win a basketball game. Wait, Hayward played 31 minutes?
Wow. Hey, he need to come back.
Bro, I didn't think he was going to play 31 minutes.
Hey, he's the MVP.
Let's relax there.
I couldn't even say what straight.
All right, cool. Had me worried there, Nick.
But overall, he is worse than Trump. Don't get it twisted, because this man, if you told me if a politician was actually evil, it'd be this nigga.
Word.
Like, I don't think Trump's evil. I think Trump is just an idiot. This man is evil. He's evil, bro. How do you, like, just off capping purposes, how can you refuse to let Obama appoint a Supreme Court justice and then say when your side has power, oh, I was capping, we need to do the right thing, we should let the president, like, just the argument alone is just like even like somebody who doesn't follow politics,
it's not really that he's playing his team. This is the
and that's
but
that's my thing. It's like, that's wild to me.
This is our political system from what I've seen. Niggas is
not in everything. Not in everything.
This has been sides for as long as I can remember.
Not when it comes to military spending.
That's the only time it's a us thing. That's the only time it's kumbaya. That's it. Everything else is a size thing, bro.
That's I give you that. There's certain little things like, money to certain government agencies.
America is under attack, quote unquote, then it's a us thing. But when it's a topic that Americans have to sit and decide about, it's a side thing.
So with Ginsburg's death, if Trump appoints another justice, it would give conservatives a 6-3 majority. So if Donald Trump loses in November, his impact will be felt for decades. Yes.
Unless someone start pulling. I mean,
because his justices that he's appointed are in their 50s.
What's Kavanaugh?
I think he's like 55. Something like that.
It was like low, high 40s or some shit.
Yeah, it's I know he's like not old. He's not old nigga. Nah. Like, he's definitely middle aged.
Fighting so hard not to get him in.
Right. So he's gonna be in there for our entire lives probably. And then
unless someone start pulling. I mean,
yeah, he capping. But and then Trump said he's planning on appointing some female. I don't know who yet, but she's probably going.
He's got it like down to 2.
He's probably gonna be like 20. You know what I'm saying? He's probably like 25.
I think he's got it down to 2 from what I read, but I forgot their names because I did not know nothing of them.
I think that he said Ted Cruz just to play Ted Cruz. I don't think he's actually serious about that.
I think it's gonna be a woman if he gets the chance. But hey, they're saying it might not happen.
I mean, based on what?
Democrats fighting hard enough.
What can they do
besides vote?
Besides stabbing Mitch McConnell in the neck, there's nothing they can do.
They just hope, man. Hope.
Hope don't win elections, and hope don't get you a majority back on the Supreme Court.
It don't either.
And it's
funny,
sad. It's sad to me, but also it's just like another 2020 thing.
Court, the people who would be able to put this in check. I love our system.
Ain't it cap?
I love our system, bro.
It's depressing to me, bro. But at the same time,
democracy.
I don't know if the Democrats would do anything differently. So I think it speaks that both parties need to be put in check. I don't know who can do that, but something needs to be put in check where we're making these decisions based on how things should be running as opposed to, oh, I'm going to go to my side. Because that's not how our government was founded. Our government was literally founded to not do that.
George Washington, before he left office, said, do not split up into political parties. And what did y'all niggas go do?
I don't think he said not split into political parties as much as he said, don't split into 2. Don't do that. Like that, political parties is fine. Like Europe has that.
I was saying, pull it up.
I'll look it up.
See what he said.
You got it. That's your job.
Damn, you're a scrub, you know?
Look it up. Type on the keyboard for me. No, nigga. How you gonna imitate my imitation? Chill.
Nigga, I can
Chill.
do whatever the fuck I want.
Chill.
That's how.
Who told you that?
Me.
Wrong information.
I can't misinform myself. Come on, Nick.
Fake news to yourself.
It's the most popping news out here. I need some motherfucking Jeopardy. You gotta make a Jeopardy beat.
Nigga, where's the space?
My fault.
George Washington Carver.
Was it two-party quote? Political party quote. Let's try that.
Nigga, where are the spaces?
Nigga, they're there. Relax. I'm typing
They're
through
there?
the lamp, like literally trying to look down.
All right, fine.
Hold my dick,
all right,
dick.
fine.
Nah,
All right,
hold
fine.
my dick.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
We see you decline nicely. What was his farewell address? That's tough. I didn't know I was even quoting this.
Fair enough. I didn't know. I didn't read this actually.
Dun dun dun. Did not know something about politics.
The one thing.
They shut up, Nick.
That's
I'm trying to. Where's the exact quote?
why I hate going to YouTube links. Not YouTube, on Wikipedia links. Because
Back we go.
it'll show you what you're finding, but then like when you click into it,
what the fuck?
just like go back to Google. It said it in the Google link.
It did say something. I wanted to see it word for word.
So it says gradually incline the minds of men to seek security in the absolute power of an individual. So
Like, it's spot on.
yeah, he's spot on, and maybe it'll be right there in the
Oh,
quote.
there's a picture. Nah, I don't like that writing.
Yeah, I was about to say, I
Weak.
can't read that shit. I look at the center. I hope none I can read it because I can't
Nah,
read it.
here we go. Political parties may now and then answer popular ends. They are likely in the course of the time and things to become potent engines by which cunning, ambitious, and unprincipled damn, this is Mitch McConnell to a T.
Might as well put his face right there.
Men will be enabled to subvert the power of the people and to I can never see this word properly. Usurp? It's usurp, right?
Yeah.
Usurp for themselves the reins of government, destroying afterwards the very engines which have lifted them to unjust dominion. Damn, this nigga was spitting. September 17th, 1796. Ooh, bars.
And Mitch McConnell read that like true.
Didn't give a fuck.
He's like, true.
He said that looks like something that should be read by someone else that's not me. I got things to do.
And look, it's not just Mitch McConnell. Democrats do the same shit.
Okay.
You know, like
Definitely
definite.
tend to agree with. Personally, just tend to agree with what they're doing more. So it's a perspective
it's
thing,
like,
ain't it?
And look, I'd like to say that I would be okay. I'd be not okay if the Democrats did that shit. But I don't know, because I think the Republicans be capping on a lot of shit.
Hey man,
But they think that Democrats are capping on a lot of shit. So
at this point, in my opinion, politics is just a perspective thing. Where you were born, you feel me? Where you grew up at, what side of the fence you lean toward, what you think should be changed. I think a lot of old people tend to be more conservative than anything, but that's just how this country's built.
Depends on where you live.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, just in closing, R.I.P.
Ruth.
R.I.P. Ruth. You were a GOAT on the Supreme Court. You lived a crazy life.
I love how when I tap it, I got a problem, but when Nick uses it.
I mean, this is probably maybe like the 6th time I've used it.
Just
it would probably be the 60th time that you've used it.
Wow.
And you know I'm not capping on
60 is extreme. But
60 is not extreme, Nana.
Definitely
60
extreme.
is probably as accurate as I can be.
Low 30s.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, hell no. Hey, yo, anybody who listens, like, consistently every single week,
Get the
tell this man he's capping.
It's low 30s.
Nana's hit this joke 10 times in an episode.
I've chilled out on multiple. There's some episodes I haven't pressed it at all. Come on, bro.
I feel like you have multiple episodes where you did it 10 times a week.
Nigga, like I said, I think it's low 30s.
All right.
We only got, 5 out at the time of this recording?
Well, I'm talking about the ones we recorded too.
All I'm saying is, in some, you can't even hear the noise, so I'm counting those.
By the time this episode comes out, the other 2 will be out, my nigga.
I haven't pressed it in a couple. Never mind. Next topic then.
No, you capping, so he wants to move on.
Nigga, because I know we're getting clocked and you out here trying to prove a point that we can't prove.
Nigga, what's the timer at?
Too long, nigga. Continue.
Nigga, what's the timer at? Nigga, what's the timer at? Come on.
All right, nigga. Calm down. 1 in 42 minutes. But we started a little late, timer-wise, so.
Oh, damn. You started the timer and then we didn't start for a while. So then we don't really know.
No, we started talking. I realized that I started time. It was probably like 3 or 4 minutes into the random thoughts. Not even.
Oh, wait, we're an hour and 45?
We're definitely 42 minutes in.
I thought you said an hour and 42. I was like, literally sitting there, I'm like, we've been here for almost 2 hours. Okay, we're good.
That clock thing's only at 45, I think.
I didn't see that up there. So thank you for.
You're welcome.
Yep. So cool.
Problem solved.
Next topic.
Kumbaya.
Next topic is we're going to talk about Breonna Taylor.
Pull up the article, yeah. Oh, you already got it up. Good job, Nick.
Now it's up for everybody to see. So the city of Louisville announced a $12 million settlement in the wake of the Breonna Taylor shooting to, I believe, just her family, right?
Yeah, that's what I believe it said. Yeah.
Sorry, we shot your daughter / cousin / sister / whoever.
As it doesn't absolve everything or even much, in my opinion. I do believe this is a step in the right direction, but this is generally just like the first word of a very long sentence if we're doing compare and contrast. Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about the cops not being arrested?
I'm kind of, part of me was like, how did this settlement get through and this not get agreed upon? But I understand that I think the DA of Louisville is very adamant. One, he's, I believe, a big Trumper. I guess that's what I'll call him.
Okay.
And two, he's very adamant that these cops
did the right thing.
Aren't going to get charged for murder, or shouldn't, if that makes sense. It's still undecided, I believe. But
okay.
I know I when this first came out, I first read this, I was kind of upset that this wasn't part of the settlement, if that makes sense. But this is a civil suit, I believe. So I don't even know if that could have been met in the criteria.
Right.
I'm not a lawyer, so quote me, don't quote me, do what you want. But I can only ask that people understand what actual justice is, and that, what is it, $12 million? Is that what the settlement was?
Yeah.
Let me make sure if I start saying it.
It's 12 million.
12. All right. I'm trusting it. Now I'm just scrolling. But $12 million. I mean, how much is a life really worth? You feel me? It's a number. It's monetary value. I just hope they put it to whatever they feel they need to put it toward, because I can only imagine the pain. You feel me? I don't think there's a dollar amount you can put on it. So I think this is a step in the right direction. This, even though I think they in the settlement they haven't acknowledged any wrongdoing. Right. You wouldn't give $12 million if you did something right. You feel me?
Here's how I view it, because nobody knows exactly what happened.
Truth.
It seems to me that if you haven't charged the officers at this point, it seems as though there's a lot more than meets the eye with this case. Now, for me, I think that the cops, I'm not saying they're in the right or anything like that. It's possible they could have been given wrong information. And this goes farther than just those cops. This goes up to where the cops get the information from. Was that information wrong? In which case, who would you charge? Do you charge the secretary who works in the police station? Do you charge the judge who gave the warrant to allow them to do that? That's why I think they haven't been arrested. Because at this point, you haven't even mentioned the fact, besides the fact that you're not going to arrest them. George Floyd cops, they were not arrested for a couple of days, but at some point after video and everything's like, gotta arrest them. This shit, I think that there's more than meets the eye with this case.
There's no body cams for this, correct?
Huh?
There's no body cams for this case, right?
Biden?
Body cams.
No, I don't believe so. I don't believe so.
Yeah, I think that was part of the deal, because I think in this
at least if there were, they haven't been released.
There were police reforms agreed to in the settlement deal, which I think is I mean, it's only for the for the city of Louisville,
right?
And doesn't fix racial injustice in this country at all. But one step is, in my opinion, a good step. Because I mean, it's a shame people have to die to get police reform, but it's needed.
I just think the situation was really messy because they shot first. I think that's a big thing. It's like,
I'll say this to your who do we charge? I think just looking back historically, we as a country tend to charge whoever pulled the trigger.
I feel you. I feel you, but the cops didn't pull the trigger first. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes it complicated, because you can say the cops were just, and they came aggressive because for some reason they thought this house was the house. Now, why they thought that house was the house, we have no idea. Mm-hmm. But they came with that energy thinking that house was the house. It was not the house. The homeowners shot at them.
This is
justified. No. No. They were justified in doing that. But then who's wrong though? Man. The cops who maybe, I don't know why they did that, but they thought they were in the right house.
I will say that,
and it's not like that, because I think probably a detective would have had to figure which house it is, right? Like, it's not like those cops were on the case prowling and they said, "Oh, we have the house." I don't think that's how it works. It's a really complicated situation, right? Of course,
like I said,
on both parts, yeah, it's complicated.
But at the end of the day, something went wrong on the enforcement side,
right?
And I do believe the people who pulled the trigger are going to get the blame, if they do get any.
I don't know, because I really don't know, because they haven't arrested them yet.
They haven't.
It's been months. It's been what, like?
I mean,
6 months? It's been a long time.
The people that killed Ahmaud Arbery were literally just walking free for weeks till enough outrage was caused. Not to say this hasn't.
This is 6 months.
Like I said, this
is a long time.
This hasn't caused enough outrage, but.
Like I'm saying, it caused a lot of outrage, and they still didn't arrest them. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like there's some shit that obviously we don't know, but it just doesn't make sense why you wouldn't have at least arrested them.
Like I said,
unless there really wasn't anything you can get them on. Because I really can't. Like, what would you charge them with, Nana? I don't even know what you charge them with, because
trying to get second-degree manslaughter.
How would it be manslaughter if they were fired upon? You know what I'm saying? Like, even just from a legal standpoint.
That's what they're definitely trying to go for, some type of manslaughter charge.
But I'm saying, what can you manslaughter
is an intent charge, is it not?
Yeah, it's like you can't get them off of somebody shooting at them and then they shoot back. Like, I don't know what you'd even charge them with.
You can't charge them with self-defense. I mean,
right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's a complicated situation.
If this goes
where it's like, court, if you bring them, I don't think they want to bring them to court.
They're gonna find something to charge them with if they do bring them to court. That's coming.
What I'm saying is, I think that they have not brought them in the court
because they're on reasonable cause.
There's nothing to charge them with that would hold up in court. I don't think there's anything you can really, because if it is what I think,
like you started with, I think you said not all details will come to light.
Definitely.
I think that's,
but I think the niggas who know, I think not come to light. I think the niggas that know have kind of just kept it like this for a while, where it's like they're not releasing anything because they know the entire situation is kind of complicated.
I think
because what if it is some intern or whatever sent them the wrong address? It could be as simple as that.
They're not gonna send the intern to jail, I'll tell you that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think it's a little more complicated than, because no one asked the question, how'd the cops get the wrong address? That's the question to me. And the fact that we don't know that kind of tells me
more than, I guess, publicized.
What do you mean?
Cops in the wrong door?
Oh, of course. Yeah, it happens a lot. But I'm saying this is obviously the most extreme. This is
the worst case scenario.
Right. It's the absolute worst case scenario. It's happened before.
I think people like.
So I'm like, but can you blame the cops for that? Can you blame the cops that were in the building for that if they had the wrong information, and the building they thought was a violent building that was worth getting raided?
I get what
you're saying. And they start shooting at them.
I get what you're saying.
You gotta put yourself in the cop's shoes. Like, what are you about to do?
This is a situation where I guess the blame does deserve to go around.
Right.
But we're in a situation where we're in a finger pointing kind of world, and someone's gonna get the finger pointed.
I don't think they are, just based on what we've seen.
Look, they could get off. You're not wrong. They could definitely
not even get off, Nana. I don't think they're charging them. Why do you think they're giving them money? The money to me, like, you know what I think? I think the family knows what happened.
This is it. You think this is how this goes?
I think the settlement is a way for them to say, since we told you what happened, you cannot say a word.
No, they definitely
like.
can't
Why would
sue
you give it $12? What are you giving $12 million for?
They can't
That
sue
sounds like
them.
hush money to me.
They definitely can't sue him again.
But I'm saying it
That's
sounds
part
like
of the
hush money in terms of they're probably an NDA, and we would never. You're not gonna tell us you signed an NDA. So they signed an NDA. We'll never know what happened. There's a reason why the cops are walking free. That's all I'm saying.
They haven't been officially, I guess, labeled as free. The investigation is still ongoing. FBI is doing their own investigation. This will all come to
And I will say, I want whoever was in the wrong for this, whether it was a cop, whether it was a judge, whether it was an intern, whoever it is, I want justice to be served. You know what I'm saying? But the whole situation seems way less cut and dry than just these cops killed this black girl. You know what I'm saying? It feels way less cut and dry than that.
I get it in the details, but I really see the headline as these cops killed this. Like it's that.
I feel it, and I think you should look at it from a surface level in terms of another one. You know what I'm saying? Like you should look at it like this is unacceptable type shit. It absolutely is.
Well, when it comes to the blame.
When it comes to the blame, I feel it is not like a George Floyd situation where this nigga is literally has his knee on his neck.
It's not as,
you know what I'm saying? Like that is so clear cut what happened.
That story, not as clear cut.
We have no information. Like I've seen the entire hour of George Floyd shit. You know what I'm saying? I have not seen anything with Breonna Taylor.
I think this is my real takeaway. If we let this slide, it's a slippery slope.
I agree. I don't think they should have the right to just break down your shit. Like
this is part of the settlement. They did reform on search warrants,
right?
All that, and I think this needs to happen nationwide. It's a shame there's only one city taking this upon it, but
I think the settlement is a step forward
in the right direction
and hush money. I definitely think it's hush money.
I hope that's.
I definitely think NDAs were signed.
I think when we find out what's actually going to happen to these cops, whenever they say we're officially not going to press charges, all investigations are done, all that comes, we'll see, okay, like this definitely was hush money, oh, this was for something, we'll figure it out. But
I hope the investigation comes to a close soon.
I hope it does. It's been he said 6 months, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how much more?
I think it's a complicated situation. Like, what investigation needs 6 months if it was like clear cut, these cops were on the wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like there's a lot of things having to do, and all like we know one thing for a fact: those cops just didn't get the address. Like somebody gave them the address.
Yeah.
And my question is, who was that? Because that person seems to be the one that would be responsible.
Somebody signed off on the thing.
I mean, to issue a warrant, a judge has to. Only a judge can do that.
Yeah,
you're not sending no judge to jail.
Definitely, yeah. Like I said, someone definitely signed up. There was a.
So I'm saying, what if the judge just had the wrong address or some shit? I don't think that's how it works. I don't know the legal system. I'm gonna be open about that. I don't know the legal system to this point where I know where, like, who has the addresses to put on the warrants. I don't know that.
We know something went wrong, but we also know somebody killed somebody, and we're just.
But the other people shot first, though,
and because they would gotten their house breaking into.
Absolutely, I agree with you. We don't disagree about that.
I think that's where it stops. Then.
But I'm saying they were wrong for entering the house. Her family or whoever it was justified in taking the shot to somebody trying to break into their house, and the cops are also justified in trying to defend their lives because it's not like they knew that they were making that mistake.
That's true. This is just the cold world we live in.
I think it was one wrong and then a justifiable act and then a justifiable act, you know? Like, I don't see the cops as the one that, if you want to say they might be the fall guy, I see that.
Blamed for the wrong.
I don't think they are. No.
I think it's just how the system is supposed to work. Let's say that. That's how it's, how I
and a $12 million settlement of hush money is how it actually works.
Nick, I'm gonna let the real life, I'm gonna let it play out and let that do the talking.
I hope you're right. Truth be told, like, I hope I'm wrong about this because I want to see justice.
Go ahead, Negro. Tell us how we're coming.
Yeah, I want to see justice, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to be in this situation. I think this situation is done, sealed. I think the investigation might come to a close soon with nothing. Because
you got Louisville itself doing investigation, the FBI. There's people looking into it, quote unquote. But as we know, the system. I mean, we were just talking about Mitch McConnell capping. We know how our system be. Who can you really trust, huh?
Jesus. And it depends, like, which Jesus, you know what I'm saying?
Next topic, Nick.
What you watching?
Boy.
Do you want to just get straight into it? You want to get into your... You want to go back
up
Go ahead.
Japan Sings 2020. Because Nick didn't think I'd finish it. Fuck, this is sad. I should have waited for you to finish this anime before I started episode 1.
Damn. So it was like, if you had to give it a grade, what would you give it?
Not a bad watch, if that makes sense.
But just a sad watch.
It's definitely just not like my type of genre. If you like,
so you appreciate it, but you're not gonna run it back.
Yeah, it's a remake of a story already. Like it's already.
It's called Japan Sinks, right?
Yeah.
And they just made it 2020.
Yeah, they just kind of added their own little twist to it. So I like what they kind of made it more modern, if you will.
Right.
I hate when they go from Japanese to English. I can't not hate that. I feel like it comes here and there in other animes. Not as much. This one, they just be going between English and Japanese.
It's funny because I watched the episode of anime this week that did that same shit. I'll get into it when I go, but yeah, that's funny as shit.
Did not care for it.
I don't like it either.
It's very pick and choose. But yeah, got back to that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna finish it just because Nick doesn't think I will. But
how far are you?
Episode 5.
5? Okay. All right. What else?
Fire Force. Oh, you already know I was gonna come back and talk about this.
This nigga.
If you ain't watching Fire Force, you're wrong. It's that heat. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm right, America.
Nick said I gotta defend me.
I'll get to it.
God of High School is almost done with its first season, and I still don't know what's going on, but I'm here for all the action. You heard? Did you ever get to episode 5? No, never. No,
It'll be. I'll do it this week.
No rush, Nick. If you're not motivated, I can't force it.
I honestly wanted to wait until it was
done.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now,
and then binge it.
I'm over here at close to the end. I still know what's going on. So good luck.
I'm gonna binge it because I like it. I like it.
You're better for me watching it week by week. You start to forget things and lose interest. So like, yeah, I think binging is the proper.
I want to appreciate it more, and I don't like watching it week by week. So I'm gonna binge it.
When you do binge it, I'm gonna be fucking confused, bro. I swear I'm still confused.
I can imagine. It seemed like that type of anime.
But that's coming along. Still watching JoJo's, but yeah, I'm not even gonna get into it. What are you watching, Nick?
So it's been a very weird week of what I've been watching, to be honest. Off top, I found a new anime.
Oh, another one.
And it's not a new anime in terms of like, it wasn't released this year. It wasn't released
it's new to you.
It wasn't released this decade. It wasn't released last decade. This junk came out in 1998. It's called Outlaw Star.
Never heard.
Oh my God. Nah. It's like you took all my favorite shit
and put it in one anime.
So I love space shit.
Apparently.
I wanted to like Cowboy Bebop so much. Like I've only heard good things about Cowboy Bebop. It's just kind of boring. Sorry. You know, I know. No, because people fuck with that anime. I'm like,
it's true.
I don't like this shit. This shit's kind of boring. I don't like story. I don't like characters. None of that.
Mm-hmm.
This anime almost has like a similar, like, in terms of the characters, what they like bounty hunter shit in space. So it has like a similar feel to Cowboy Bebop, but it is more like a shonen anime than Cowboy Bebop could even dream of. Niggas have powers, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be like fighting and shit.
Got you.
It's like Yu Yu Hakusho, but in space.
Nah, I see why you like it.
Yeah, I love it. The characters, two main characters. It's this one dude. He's like
what's a great detail, nigga? We've been here before.
I don't need to give all the details.
We're
give a little
on
bit.
a time limit. Just warning you. Go ahead. Continue.
We're not on a time limit.
We are kind of on a time limit. Ali, that's time limit. That's
Nigga, please ain't gonna arrest us for going over 2 hours.
Relax, Nick. Go into your thing.
It is our waste time. Interrupting me and shit. Anyways, these two main characters, you got Gene and you got Jim. One is a kid, the other one is like a young adult and shit.
Uh-huh.
One loves flying, one hates flying in space.
Got you.
And they're just a team. And they're one of my favorite dynamic duos I've seen in an anime. I'm gonna say they carry the show. The fights are great. The music's great. The vibe is great. It's on Hulu. I'd say watch it if you like that 90s style anime.
Cool beans.
The other thing I've been watching this week is Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks has given me a better appreciation of the players, the staff, the crew, everybody who works in the NFL during these COVID times. Like, we can say the NFL is capping on how they're implementing, you know what I'm saying, fans in the stands, you know, not trying to do a bubble.
Mm-hmm.
But the coaching staffs and the staff and crew, they're working hard as fuck trying to make sure no one's getting sick. And they're trying to get the season, you know, going along.
Make it as normal as possible.
This year, we got the 2 LA teams. We got the Chargers and we got the Rams. They're both on Hard Knocks. And I never realized how great of a coach Sean McVay is. You know, I understand he was, you know, boy wonder, all that.
Coach of the year. Everyone's trying to find
right, I get that. But when he's in the locker room, it's like a different vibe than any other coach I've seen in any sport. Because he literally feels like just another player. He feels like the leader of the team more than the coach.
Gotcha.
And it's interesting. You know, him and Jared Goff seem super in sync. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I've been a Rams fan for a bit. Not fan. It's like they're a team I appreciate.
Go ahead, Dick.
They're a team I appreciate. I'm not like... It's weird because they're not like my Redskins or anything like that, or whatever we're called now.
Good clarification.
We're not the Washington
football team, but
the Washington football team.
My Redskins.
That's dead, literally. But due to 2020,
what a time!
What a time to be alive. But the Rams, Chargers, if you're a fan of any of those teams, you get in-depth looks at how like the season's gonna progress with them. I think they're doing the first 4 weeks of the season.
Ooh.
So tune in, HBO. But we got to get into what's been going on
the Premier League. Let's go.
Oh, what a plot twist. What a plot twist. Go ahead, wrap it real quick.
Oh, we're Premier League just started. If I was really going in on the Premier League, I'd have to go into like who's really going to win the title this year. It's going to be a hell of a race. We're going to come back to this later. Okay. Just know it is going to be fun. Great season all around. It's going to be a hell of a relegation battle as well. I really don't know who's going down this season. Bundesliga is back. Serie A is back. League no one cares about it, but it's back. La Liga's coming back, and Messi's wearing the Barca jersey. For now. It's going to be fun. But nah, I just wanted to fuck up Nick Momento. You know,
he absolutely did. But you already know what we about to talk about, man.
Folding.
Now, I don't think anybody would make the argument that the Clippers didn't choke. I think people are trying
Some would even say gagged.
I think people are trying to understand the level of choke. Historic.
This isn't... Well, if you're trying to put it in aspects, it's top 3.
Is it worse than LeBron's choke?
Me personally, I think this is the worst playoff choke in NBA history. Because I got it, my order. This is just my order. This...
Mm-hmm. Number one?
Number one.
Okay.
Number one. This is such a... I mean, just everyone involved choke.
Number one. I got you, number one.
Everyone involved choke.
I respect that. Number one. What's number 2?
You made a great point with LeBron versus Mavs, but I never really felt like LeBron had that much of a footing in that series. That makes sense.
Because he was choking. He was getting guarded by J.J. Barrera and Jason Terry, Nana.
So... I mean,
and a washed up Sean. No, I don't think Sean Marion. Wait. Sean Marion wasn't.
His end of career Sean. But let me say this.
There was no excuse.
It was a choke, as in they started off the series choking. If that makes sense.
No, they didn't. They won the first 2 games,
bro. When it got to that game 3, it was all downhill, bro. That was quiet.
Wait, I'm trying to think how it went. Did they win? I think it was 1-1, right,
bro?
I think it was 1-1. Then the Heat won game 3, and then they proceeded to lose. Yes, that's what happened. They were up 2-1, and they proceeded to lose the next 4 games.
We got to, bro.
We can. Sure. No, we can. I think that's what happened. I think they split the first 2 games in Miami, and then they proceeded. They won game 3, and then they proceeded to lose 4 straight games.
If I remember 3 straight, but
no,
you said they won split 2 and then won.
I'm sorry, you're right.
Thank you. But
3 straight games. You're right.
If I remember correctly, it's either game 3 or game 4. Dirk hits his signature joint, damn near ends the game, and the series is quiet from there on. But this is the memory of a person who ain't got it like he used to.
Yeah,
was talking about me.
But the lamp was in the way.
Yeah, go ahead. It's an excuse for this for you. And then they call me the capper. That's the funniest part.
Cabin like Colin.
Hey, bro, call me what you want.
But
we all know the truth.
That Nana's capping. Yep.
It almost sounds like denial, Nick.
Sounds like truth telling.
Truth telling. This nigga spit.
So game 1,
Yep,
the Miami wins game 1.
Mm-hmm.
Rather close game. They win.
Yeah, game 3 when I knew they were in trouble. Look, yeah.
Game 2 they choked too.
Okay.
Game 2 they choked too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like D Wade went off. LeBron couldn't. I think D Wade. One of the games D Wade got hurt. Mm-hmm. I remember that, and then LeBron couldn't close the deal.
Game 2 is a 15-point comeback. So
game 2.
Yeah, so I'm just reading.
So first cap. Game 3 they win, and you know what they did? You remember when they were trying to act like they were coughing, making fun of Dirk because he said he was sick?
Mm-hmm.
That happened in game.
Look,
after they won game 3,
game 3 was all downhill. I said that. Calling me cap.
I didn't say you were cap on that.
All right,
I didn't say that.
That's fine.
Anyways, game 4, game 5, game 6.
Like I said, and
it's just because this is LeBron at the peak of his powers. Mm-hmm. This is not like old LeBron. This ain't too young LeBron. This is prime LeBron James.
After this season was the best LeBron. Well, besides Cavs LeBron.
He won MVP the year before and MVP the year after. This is literally his prime. Like, this is the smack dab middle of his prime.
I'm literally, I don't know why you took that as me disagreeing with you, but I said the year after this, like LeBron, one of his best seasons period, and then the Cavs LeBron, where he had to pretty much back them.
I would say like some of LeBron's best seasons are within those Cavs seasons.
I know you remember this season, the after, where he went on the revenge tour and nobody was.
No, that's his best season hands down. I'm not arguing that. No, I'm saying there is no excuse for this. Like, there's no excuse.
Okay, no, we gotta come back to the original
statement. Yeah, I'm not saying we're not using that as a cap. He failed.
Got you. All right.
So this is a choke.
Let me say this. This is why I even brought this up. Because this for me is 3. The Thunder v Warriors is the second biggest playoff.
That's number 1.
That's number 1 for you. I think this one surpassed it.
That's number 1. No,
the Thunder v Warriors. The Warriors, because I was talking about this with my man, you feel me? And he made a great point. That Warriors team was one of the best basketball team, period.
It was, but it's just the fact that you had them.
They had them 3-1.
And matchup wise, the Thunder matched up so well against them.
Niggas thought it was done, and that's why that's number 2. But this one's number 1 simply because it's the Nuggets.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
This was number 1 because of the differential in talent and what we thought coming in with the teams were.
I think Dirk and Golden State, ironically, that's a big one because Dirk won MVP that season. It was first seed versus eighth seed, first round, and he lost in, I believe, 6 games. That is a choke. If he didn't win a championship, that would be the thing he's known for. So
that's a here nor there problem. Number 3,
but that's up there. I think
number 3 is LeBron versus the Mavericks. Like I said, me personally, I didn't feel like LeBron really had that footing. Like I thought, we've seen him now. You feel me? Take series over like that. I thought something was off.
He didn't have that. You're right.
Yeah, and it definitely showed. But I think this Clippers v Denver is the biggest just collapse in NBA.
Here's why I think you have a point.
Thank you.
I would say even with these this Maverick series, the games were close.
Yes.
You know,
we're not gonna talk about that game 7.
Blown the fuck off the floor in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
We're not even gonna talk about that game 7, bro.
I've never seen that level of choking.
You would have thought they was aiming for the backcourt.
Even if you say James Harden's worst chokes.
And he's had some bad ones.
Here's the thing. The worst one obviously is when they could have gone to NBA Finals.
I'm about to say,
but
we're not talking about the 0 for 20 something in the 4th quarter from 3.
0 for 30.
Yeah, for 30, thank you.
Here's the thing. Chris Paul was hurt. So
0 for 30?
That's why no. It was the whole team.
Look, we all know who James Harden is.
No, I got that. With Chris Paul hurt and you're going against KD Warriors, I can't put that over.
Got you. No, I say it definitely,
that is.
But it was a fold. I see what you're saying. But this isn't the same level as they weren't going up the same extra like that. KD Warriors team is maybe one of the best teams to ever assemble basketball wise.
So I don't think anybody expected Houston to beat them.
But when they had the chance to, goddamn
Then
it,
Chris Paul gets hurt.
Yeah, they had the chance to.
And look, I'm not saying Chris Paul would have won them the game, but
damn sure
since he wasn't there, it was still a close game. Even if they were over 30 and they still were kind of close.
Over 30.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn.
Chris, I mean, you got to look at James and just look. You couldn't make one minded game.
But it wasn't what happened with the Nuggets, though.
It isn't. They absolutely figured out what the basket was supposed to do.
And look, I've called him many things. We've called him George Paul. Pandemic P. I call him Contagious P because somehow he forced Kawhi to have probably his worst game in the playoffs as a professional.
Well, I got to go back. Kawhi was getting doubled for a good amount of that game, but Kawhi shot
He was missing open shots and layups.
Kawhi, he was getting open list and stuff, but
he ran like one literally spin down.
That happened. Look,
he was wide open to the bank.
That happened.
I think that's needed the bucket.
I think his shot choice in that second half definitely wasn't the Kawhi. Like I don't even remember him taking a mid-range jumper in that second.
I don't either.
He really was just trying to get to the hoop, get fouled. When he didn't get fouled, he would complain, and he was putting up from three. Like it was a 3-point contest, and I couldn't understand it. So look, maybe it was contagious, but god damn it was a fold. Lou Williams was nowhere to be fucking found.
Lou Williams to me is the most egregious because Lou will look.
Egregious, he says.
All right, look, the Mag State thing is not the biggest deal. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. It's not the biggest deal. Mm-hmm. But if you do that, you need to come back and ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, apparently, as far as I've heard, he didn't want to go to the bubble. Like, he was one of the people that was saying he didn't want to go to the bubble.
That's what they had to convince him. That's what the speculation is. Yeah.
So it's like, and it looks like it. It looked like it the entire bubble. I don't remember any game in which I was like, oh, Lou Will's back. You know what I'm saying? He was consistently playing at that level. He was basically a non-factor in the entire bubble. Montrez, you picked a horrible time to fold because you have a contract that's up.
I think he's going to get paid.
Not by the Clippers.
Where you don't think that? I think the Clippers appreciate him.
No, you know who's gonna pay him, and you know I'm really sad about it.
Don't say the Wizards.
No. We gave $100 million contract to Gortat. We then gave $100 million contract to I think it was $60 million. We gave a $60 million contract to Mahimi. Mm-hmm. Montrez seems next up. I'm sorry,
hey, bro. If you want to speak it into existence, go ahead. But me personally, I
think it's already in existence. We just don't know it yet.
I think Montrez enjoys the LA team.
I don't think LA is going to enjoy giving him $100 million after he did nothing. He's trying to get a max deal. He just won $6 million a year. He's trying to get money.
I hope he doesn't get what he thinks he's trying to get, but I think the market will determine that. Someone's probably going to give him that contract.
Man, if a dumbass team tries to max him out, the Clippers are going to say goodbye.
Yeah, I would.
So somebody's gonna do it. Some stupid team. I hope it's not the Wizards. God damn, I hope it's not the Wizards.
Niggas,
but I have a feeling. I have a bad feeling. It's like, we can pair him with Bradley and John. It's like
on how this market ends up looking, because the thing's actually supposed to be a really stacked market anyway. I think he might fall to the wayside, but that's just me talking.
I mean, the Clippers better hope that he falls to the wayside and they can just pick him up, you know what I'm saying, off a reasonable deal, run it back. Because I think I said this to a bunch of people, because I have some Laker friends, you know what I'm saying, who are like, laughing at the Clippers. And I'm literally sitting here like, if we face them in the second round, I'm not so confident that the same shit. I feel like we'd have lost maybe a game 7. I feel like the main thing of why the Clippers lost was because they didn't take them seriously. I think that and it was because it's the Nuggets.
3-1 though, you're not taking the closing game seriously.
They didn't. They were up in every single game,
just looked like the Nuggets wanted it more come crunch time every time.
No, the Nuggets had chemistry. That was the difference.
Murray and Jokic just putting on, bro.
Murray and Jokic have been in the league relatively the same amount of time. They've balled together their entire NBA careers.
I thought it was just one. I thought you could have. You feel me?
I think that the flaws of the
Clippers, taking their names off the jerseys, they was literally just trying to get it.
I think the flaws of the Clippers were completely exposed.
Oh, for sure.
Main flaw, they had no chemistry.
I'm gonna say this:
they had absolutely no chemistry.
When you went 4 points combined in the second half from Paul George and Kawhi, you're not winning the game.
And
You're
that's
not winning
chemistry.
a
And to me, that's
single game.
chemistry because it literally turned into.
You think it was chemistry?
You know what it
That they
looked.
couldn't make a shot.
You know what it looked like.
He hit the backboard.
You know what it looked like.
What it looked like?
Russ and KD in their worst days.
It looked like Russ and KD in that 3-1 series.
Yeah, it did. But it literally is your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. You're not winning. You're not winning like that. I blame injuries. They had a rough go at it because just like I told you, the Lakers were the most affected by the bubble theoretically because they didn't have home court.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers didn't let that stop them from getting to the Western Conference Finals. The Clippers were also affected by that. And surely them not having home court
I think every team that
affected
came
them.
to the bubble is affected by it. But nonetheless.
I mean, the teams that didn't have home court are positively affected by it.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just different levels depending on the team. Like if you're an 8th seed and you don't have to play most of the games on the road, then you're gonna have an advantage.
I think everyone's affected. To say, oh, you're more affected, so you get an extra like.
It's just logic now. Not follow along.
Follow along. Shut the fuck up, Nick. It's logic.
It's logic. It's logic. If you're an 8th seed, you literally are getting a little advantage.
Everyone's in the bubble. We're all in the same. Like the
so what's home court?
My opinion,
so what's the 1 seed for if you have no home court?
The advantage disadvantage thing is gone.
That's my point. That's my only point.
Okay,
that's my only point.
It seems like someone deserves more points because there's no.
I'm not saying I never. You from words. I never said that.
I said I'm saying. I said that.
Where did I start this off with? The Clippers capped. They're like, I'm not saying that that's the reason why they capped. They capped because they don't have chemistry.
Sure.
But I cannot ignore the other factors. I do believe that them being in the bubble hurt them more than it helped them. I think the Lakers in the bubble, I think somehow, some way, LeBron was just like, it's not going to matter. Like, I think with Kawhi, he's not that type of leader.
Me and you have never played basketball together a day in our lives.
Nope.
I think if we go to a court and get into some rec league or whatever, and the second half comes, then we can put up together better than 4 points.
Depends on our competition.
And we've never played basketball. I mean, I'm sorry, bro.
That's a chemistry issue. I agree. Like, I feel like that's the fundamental issue why that
they couldn't make a shot.
Yes, chemistry.
I think they froze up.
The Clippers are the most talented team in the NBA,
and they froze up
from a just
playoff, just player by player perspective.
Play 2K, look at their stats.
2K.
They have. I'm saying that's like basic shit. If you look at basically, like. They have the best stats just in terms of individual players. They have no chemistry. They have absolutely no chemistry. It's literally back and forth. Lou will try to take over. Kawhi try to take over. And I will say, Kawhi had 2 bad games in the series. 2. He played great the other games. Don't matter. But he played great the other games in the series. So he wasn't capping. Paul George, different story.
Like I said,
Paul George capped the whole playoffs.
I don't
like
care
2 games.
if this is y'all first game together. I don't care if this is y'all 83rd game together. 4 points between 2 of these.
It's unacceptable. It's absolutely unacceptable.
Chemistry,
I don't think it's acceptable. Like that shit was unacceptable.
How you feel about Miami Celtics? Especially since it's 2-1 now.
I think that it's gonna go 6 games. I think Miami's going
to Heat.
I have changed my position. I thought it was going to be Celtics in 7. I just don't see it.
Word.
It's weird because obviously, look, the series is not over. The Celtics still have an opportunity, but just what I've seen from the Heat,
they wanted more.
I think Jimmy Butler, in a weird way, is the best player on the court, just from an impact standpoint. I think Jason Tatum, from a talent standpoint,
is the best, but Jimmy, when it matters most, is clearly.
Jason Tatum hasn't Jason Tatum had a great run against when he was, I think it's rookie year when he went to Game 7 against LeBron. Yeah, like he had a great run that year, but let's not act like he has a lot of playoff experience. He's still a young player. He still makes mistakes.
I'll say this though, I mean, like I said, this is just a woulda, coulda, shoulda, if.
Right.
He makes that dunk over.
He didn't.
Yeah, Bam, I think is different. But
he didn't. I wouldn't have challenged Bam.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have challenged Bam.
Hey, man, he could have done his layup. I don't know why he didn't do a layup. I really don't. He cocked back the dunk.
A dunk looks nicer.
Bro, the layup went over there.
A dunk looks nicer.
He gave Bam more time to get there by cocking back the dunk.
See, LeBron wouldn't have done that.
Look.
LeBron is not going to go straight up against a nigga who can compete with him straight-wise.
I'm not going to say
Jason Tatum.
Because it's a woulda, coulda, shoulda all over again.
Yeah, of course. If he makes that dunk, we're saying, oh, Jason Tatum's clutch as fuck. You know what I'm saying? They're up in the series at that point.
It is.
So It is what it is.
Jimmy definitely has the biggest impact on the floor of any player besides Bam.
They're the one.
Goddamn.
They're the one team that they're like the Warriors from a couple years ago, where if they're down 17, it doesn't matter.
Nah, they're gonna hoop.
It doesn't.
I mean, apparently it mattered in the last game, but apparently they weren't here from 3. We didn't see the whole game, so I'm only saying things.
We didn't see the game, but just based on the 2 games I watched, they were down in both those games. 14-17 didn't matter. Jimmy Butler said it was time.
Gordon Hayward might be the answer.
That'd be crazy.
That would.
Look, I want it to be a Celtics-Lakers finals. That would be beautiful.
I've already made my claim. I got the Celtics coming out the East. I was completely wrong, but the Clippers coming out the West. So I'm not even gonna say nothing on that. If LeBron sweeps. I don't know. Part of me feels like y'all gonna get Denver down 3-1, and then I don't really know what's gonna happen after that.
I feel like LeBron is thinking we're gonna get them down 3-0.
I hope so.
I think
that's the best way to do it.
I think that what happened to the Clippers was a blessing for the Lakers in terms of not because of the match, because I honestly still think that the Lakers would have won.
How many free throws did they have in that last game?
I don't know.
It's the same fucking number.
But I thought that we beat the Clippers, I believe. But I think the Clippers folding like that showed LeBron
it's time.
Do not take this team lightly. It's go time every single night. I think LeBron is not going to if it's going to be a close series, it's going to be they win 1, we win 1, they win. I don't think we're going to get them down and then LeBron's not going to close the deal. Okay. I don't think that. I think I will give them credit. I think they can make it a 6-game, 7-game series.
Okay. They have the potential.
But I don't think it's going to be they're down 3-1 and then they try to come back. I don't think that's working against this team because the teams they faced, the Jazz have a great shooting guard and really no other offensive talent.
Like how you called him great.
I have to come around. I come around. My opinions can change. Like he's a great player.
I just mentioned
he's a great shooting guard. Mike Conley was not playing well, and then the rest of the team are not really offensive stars.
Got you.
The Clippers have no chemistry. The Lakers have 2 guys. Great chemistry, good defensive coordinating. I think that it's a little tall order to say we're going to come back 3-1 against them. I think if the Nuggets want to win, next game is a must. I don't think going down 2-0 against LeBron's a good idea. Not when LeBron was preparing all his time for the Clippers. And let's be honest, it's a downgrade in terms of the competition. If they want a chance, they need to win next game.
I'll say the way the Clippers were playing, not really, but
I think they still matched up very well against the Lakers.
If the Clippers showed up last series to this series, they're getting their ass beat. But that's just me talking. I've already doubted the Nuggets twice, so I'm not gonna sit here and doubt them again. I'll tell you this.
See, I wouldn't down them. The only reason why I down them is the Clippers because I'm just like I can't say the Clippers aren't going to beat them, but against the Jazz, I
doubted them twice. I've been wrong, so I'm not gonna sit here and do it again. But I'll say this: Denver can't win this series playing the defense they've been playing. It's just not gonna happen.
To me, that's the difference because I don't think they're capable of playing higher defense.
We'll find out. We'll find out. Gary Harris is a good defender. Gary Harris definitely. He's not guarding LeBron.
I'm saying who's guarding Rondo?
Hey, bro, you gotta guard somebody, don't you?
Who is guarding our superstars? That's what I'm saying. Like
I said it before.
We're not sweet like the Clippers in terms of post players.
No.
And I'm not saying Montrezl is not a good player, but Montrezl is not a good post player.
He's not. We're not.
So we have Dwight. We have Dwight, Benedict Arnold, Howard. We have JaVale McGee.
If Dwight keep playing like, I'll say this too. If the rest of the Lakers keep playing like this, y'all got this series. That's definite.
We got the championship. We play like this, but I don't know if we're gonna play like this against not
everyone's
Heat.
Playing defense.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the Heat are gonna be a lot harder if they make it.
Like if the Lakers, it's really LeBron, AD, and friends don't show up.
No. You're wrong.
Playoff Rondo.
Yes.
Oh God.
Put some respect. What you mean?
No, I mean what you mean? It's just funny that he's your third fiddle, isn't it?
Put some respect on his name.
He's playing great. Don't get it twisted.
He playing better than Paul George does.
He's really your third fiddle, huh?
Hey, Rondo or Paul George for this playoffs?
I'm taking Paul George as a third.
Oh,
fiddle.
you can't.
He can't be this bad on this team.
You can't even say without a smile.
You think he'd be this bad on this team, bro?
I think he's bad on any team when it comes to pressure.
Apparently, but I can't defend him. You feel me? But player Rondo's shown he can do it. I get it. I mean, he's played even better than Kuzma.
I think at this point, it's the Lakers championship to lose. At this point,
I'm not gonna write off no team named the Nuggets, but that's just
no. I'm saying in terms of the Nuggets are playing with house money, which is an advantage to me because they literally play. It's like if they lose, whenever they lose, if they lose, it's a successful season. No one's gonna be mad if they lose to the Lakers.
No.
The Lakers, if they lose to the Nuggets, it's
catastrophic. Yeah.
It's not as catastrophic as losing to the Clippers. That would be catastrophic. That'd be catastrophic. In turn, it was catastrophic for them because they.
You saying the Lakers
losing to the Clippers? That'd be catastrophic.
More than them losing to the Nuggets?
Yes. Absolutely.
But the Clippers are the more talented team.
It's a battle for LA.
It would literally.
No. It's a battle for LA. The Clippers. I'll put it like this: the Clippers have never made it to
the conference
finals. If they do it against literally the best Laker team and win a championship in the 1 year that the Lakers are back, that is awful. That is the worst case scenario as a Laker fan.
What do you mean by best Laker team?
Best Laker team we've had in the past 10 years.
Okay, cool. Clarity is important. But
probably, matter of fact, no, probably in the past 20 years. I think this Laker team is better than those Kobe teams. Not because LeBron's better than Kobe at that stage in his career, and I think AD's better than Paul Gasol at that stage in his career. And I think the role players are slightly even.
That's a separate topic for another year.
I think it's arguable. And, for me, if the Clippers had beat us, it would literally be just like.
I think if y'all lose to the Nuggets, it's way worse than y'all lose to the motherfucking.
No, Clippers, I don't think it's as bad because it would literally just be. Damn, the Nuggets are on a hell of a roll. I think that becomes a story because think about it. Kawhi gets off the hook in a way because they beat the Clippers and the Lakers. I think it's both equally bad. I think Kawhi kind of gets a break from because I think if they lost a 3-1 lead, you know what I'm saying? No one's gonna be talking about Kawhi anymore.
Let me say this: if y'all lose to the Clippers instead. I get y'all lose LA, quote unquote. It's a shift of the.
That's been the narrative all season.
I get that
by both teams.
I feel like the worst you get is motherfucking niggas like Skip Bayless yelling at Kawhi.
I don't give a fuck about him. I don't give a fuck about him. I'm saying, as a Laker fan, there's two teams that I don't want to lose to under any circumstance: Clippers, Celtics.
Okay.
As a Laker fan,
that goes deeper than this season. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm talking about as a Laker. I'm talking about as a Laker fan. Right. That is worst case scenario. Yeah, I'm not trying to lose against either one of those teams.
Beef. I'm talking as the quality of teams we're looking at.
Nigga, you're talking to a Laker fan. What did you expect?
I'm trying to pretend like you have some type of reason.
So you think it's cap that us not wanting to lose against the team that shares the same building as us?
I think it's a worse.
Who has been talking shit all year. You think that is
L in LeBron's legacy?
How is it a worse L when they just beat the Clippers?
And the whole team, LeBron.
Why would it be an L if they just beat the Clippers, who was supposed to be comparable to it?
That's an upset.
Why would it be?
That's an upset. That's as simple as that.
They both got upset. So why would it be bad?
Would be literally catastrophic.
How is it catastrophic if they beat the Clippers?
Bro,
how is it catastrophic?
That's impressive. I get that.
So they've proven that they're an elite team, right?
It adds the resume. If they beat y'all, I'm not like, oh, they must have been that good. No, I'm giving the same slack.
Why wouldn't you say that? They literally beat the two best teams in the NBA.
I'm giving the same slack.
No.
That
who are the two best teams that most people consider going to be champions? Lakers, Clippers, right? They beat both of those teams. How can I sit here and say it's going to be catastrophic for the Lakers when they literally beat the team that we were expected to face in the Western Conference Finals? They are just playing out of their mind.
Depending on how this series goes.
I feel like you're not giving enough credit to them.
Depending on how this series goes. Let's say y'all go through one and fold. I'm expecting the same level of catastrophic headlines.
I'll be raising hell.
All right. Let's say y'all lose 4-2, normal series.
Right.
I'm expecting the same level of catastrophic headlines.
Because they have had
if they beat y'all clean, from where this has started, everyone is already giving LeBron the sweep. This would be fucking catastrophic.
They gave the Clippers the sweep. That's what I'm saying. And they literally exceeded expectations and beat the second or first best team, depending on who you're talking to.
I think it's worse for y'all to lose to the Nuggets than the Clippers. The Clippers
absolutely,
is way more understandable.
Absolutely not.
You don't think it's more understandable for y'all?
I don't even think it's even in the same ballpark.
Wait, so you'll say this. It wouldn't be more understandable for y'all to lose to the Clippers versus the Nuggets?
No, because the Clippers just lost to the Nuggets. What do you mean?
No, I mean, we're obviously talking hypotheticals.
Because you said it yourself.
If the
Clippers were like, you said the Clippers were going to lose to the Lakers with the way they were playing. You said
back
it yourself.
To our hypothetical. You said it would be worse if y'all would have lost to the Clippers if they made. Let's say the Clippers make the Western Conference Finals,
right?
And y'all lose to them.
Right.
I think that's more understandable. Y'all losing to that Clipper team
on paper, yes, but the season has shown itself that this
whole thing is a hypothetical. Nick,
no, I'm saying, but the Nuggets have. But I'm saying the Nuggets have shown themselves to be this elite offensive basketball team that can come back from big leads.
In this hypothetical, we've seen it. In this hypothetical, where the Clippers beat the Nuggets and the Nuggets are out of the playoffs,
right? That didn't happen. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It's hypothetical. No, hold on. I get what you're saying.
I'm done.
No.
What are we listening to, bro? Because you literally just agreed with me and just told me no.
No. I understand it's hypothetical. So you're saying roll with the hypothetical that the Clippers
beat the Nuggets,
and then we face the Clippers.
Yes.
That's the worst case scenario if we lose to the Clippers because it's a rivalry game.
And I think it would have been.
That's like saying like some random team that beat the Ravens, like think Steelers Ravens, right?
Sure.
Losing to the Ravens is the Steelers' worst nightmare every single season. That is not something you want to happen. If you lose to another team,
Nick, I'm saying it's more understandable for y'all to use. If the Clippers would have made it,
understandable. Okay, understandable. Okay, just based on the expectations.
Oh my gosh, what are we listening to, Nick?
You were capping though,
because what am I capping? I literally been trying to say it the entire time.
Because my whole point is we're dealing in reality that the Nuggets are a great team that you cannot sleep on. You were the one
who brought up if y'all would have lost to the Clippers, it would have been worse than y'all losing to the Nuggets. And I'm saying
absolutely.
I'm saying no. Because it's more understandable for y'all to lose to that team. There's better players on that team. Losing to this Nuggets team this literally makes no sense. Like the Nuggets beating the Clippers, it makes no sense. We didn't see this coming.
Oh, it does. It does make sense.
Oh my god,
it does make sense. This Nugget team has balled the fuck out.
Did you think this Nuggets team was gonna beat this Clippers team?
I didn't think the Heat was gonna go as far as they did.
Why did you?
They're on a crazy run,
bro. Did you
think
this Nuggets team was gonna beat this Clippers team?
Absolutely not.
All right, thank you. That's what I'm getting at, nigga.
What does that have to do with anything?
Bro,
that's just the point. That's just the fact. Like, what do you mean?
It's the same thing with the Lakers. No one thinks they're gonna beat the Lakers. I think it's a bigger deal if y'all lose to the Nuggets than if the Clippers would have made this Western Conference Finals and y'all lose to them.
Is it a bigger deal than the Clippers losing to the Nuggets? Is it a bigger deal than that?
I think it's the same level.
I think if that happens, we have to give respect to the Nuggets at that point. I will go back on saying it was a choke by, not fully a choke. Just a 0 points in general, but just them losing to the Nuggets in general. I'm like, I don't consider it a choke as much just because they beat LeBron as well. That means they're just playing amazingly in the bubble.
I think you can give kudos to a team that's doing well.
I feel like you're not giving enough kudos. I feel like you're trying to put shade on LeBron and Kawhi if they both lose. I'm like, no, if they both lose to this Nuggets team, I have to give kudos and just say good shit.
That's like, a situation in a further time. I'm saying
as a Laker fan, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
As a Laker fan, if we lose to the Clippers or the Celtics, that is the worst case scenario.
As an unbiased party, looking at it from a straight basketball standpoint, it would be a way more embarrassing L for y'all to lose to this Nuggets team than if the Clippers would have made it and played y'all. What I'm saying.
Do you believe that rival games have more impact than just playing a team you don't have rivalry with? Yes or no?
In the Western Conference Finals?
In any situation.
I'm talking in this one, with the Western Conference Finals. No. In any situation, depends on the situation.
And I'm saying in this situation, like if we lose a finals to a random team, fine. If we lose a finals to the Celtics, that has a different weight to it.
I get that.
Same thing with the Clippers. This team has been a laughingstock in the league. And the 1 year we're good, they win a championship on us, technically in the same building, even though we're in the bubble. That's worst case scenario. Absolute worst case scenario.
I get how you feel that way.
I'll be fine with us losing to the Rockets in the last round as opposed to us losing to the Clippers in general.
By team comparison, it's worse.
If on paper, yes, but we can't go by on paper.
This whole conversation's on paper, Nick. The Clippers lost.
I'm saying we saw how they were playing. You said yourself that wasn't the same team. Did you not say it yourself?
Nick,
did you not say it yourself?
Nick, I don't even want to have this conversation. We're not getting anywhere.
I'm saying, did you not say that yourself?
What did I say, Nick?
You said that if they're playing this way, they're going to get swept by the Lakers. I said that. So how can we be impressed if they actually beat the Nuggets? Because if they beat the Nuggets in Game 7...
Because this conversation is on paper, how do we know they don't just turn up versus the Lakers, bro?
How would they turn versus the Lakers if they've been asked the entire bubble?
We don't know. The games were never played. This is an on-paper discussion.
They've been asked the entire... They were asked in the first round. They were asked in this round.
This is a literal conversation about nothing.
I just think you're wrong. You're giving up.
I'm giving up because it's a waste of time, Nick. I don't give a fuck. This conversation.
You brought it up. Nick, you brought it up, bro.
I literally said I didn't agree with your theory that this was a worse L than y'all losing to the Nuggets. We spent back and forth arguing about what if the Clippers would have made it, and now I'm tired. Look, we obviously are disagreeing about something that can never be proven right or wrong. What are we listening to music-wise, Nick?
Nothing.
Thank you.
Trippy's old.
All right, podcast over.
What you been listening to?
I mean, things dropped this week. I ain't listened to a lot of it. We got Dizzy Wright dropped a tape. Forgot he still made music.
God.
Shy Glizzy dropped Young Hefe 3. Didn't listen to it.
Dizzy Wright.
Problem dropped. No,
I did listen to Sly Glizzy. I forgot about that.
Did not.
That was good. It was good. Recommend.
Problem dropped the second volume of Coffee and Kush. Didn't listen to it. Armani Caesar dropped his debut tape for Griselda Records called The Liz. Didn't listen to it. Currency and Harry Fraud dropped the tape. I fuck with Harry Fraud's beats. Didn't listen to the tape. Alicia Keys dropped her album, 7th studio album.
Produced by Swiss Beats.
I loved the Sanfa and her song. Didn't listen to the album though. Just heard that one song, so I just went anyway. But Sanfa and her. When they start harmonizing, boy. Lil Tecca dropped Virgo World. I listened to the Lil Uzi joint, Dolly. Didn't care for it. Came and went for me. And Moneybagg Yo and Black Youngster dropped the tape called Go Red. Didn't listen to it. Heard it had some tough beats though.
Okay.
And Skip It. This was actually the one tape I was trying to listen to. Didn't download it. Got too lazy. Understandable. Skip It or Flipper.
That's it for the week?
No. There was actually... This is a really good week for singles though, personally. Brent Faiyaz, I'm just put this one up top, dropped a track called Dead Man Walking. I mean, maybe this is controversial, maybe this is not. I think Brent Faiyaz is coming for Abel's crown. I really feel that way.
He's not as good of a singer.
What? I think he's coming for it, bro.
I like him a lot, but he's not in the same vocal category as
Where I think he keeps this up.
I think he has a great vibe. I think he can have a really good career, but I mean, in what way could he be better than The Weeknd? Do you mean like he could be as big as The Weeknd?
Look, we're not gonna talk hits per se.
I'm not saying hits, but I'm saying like in terms of do you think he could be? I'm not gonna disagree with you or nothing.
I'm just saying, do I think he can be like as good as an artist?
Right.
I think he has the potential for it. Yeah. I do.
Fair enough. I've liked everything. Fuck the World. I like that album.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
I think he's only getting better.
Yeah, I like him a lot. Saying he could be as big as The Weeknd.
I think he can challenge for the crown. Not as big. I think he can take the crown. I think he's challenging for a reason. I think he's got the potential. Maybe look, someone.
No, I want you to be right. I want you to be right because I really fuck with him. But
he's got it. You think I'm stretching? That's fine.
I don't know. I think you're stretching right now, but I hope I'm wrong because I think he has a good future.
Okay.
Great music.
That's over with. Young Gravy dropped a song called Gas Money. If you do listen to Young Gravy, you should listen to the song. It's actually one of a really good Young Gravy song. So just me putting that out there. Saba dropped a little 2-song thing. Miss okay. Forever. Really, I liked both tracks. The Denzel verse I thought was gonna be a little better, but I liked both tracks. I really did.
The Denzel verse, it was different.
It was, but I mean,
it was cool. Denzel. It was just different to me.
I'm never gonna say no to Denzel. That's just me talking. Pause. Black Boy JB dropped a song with NLE Chopper. It's got energy. It's got a tough beat. I'm not probably coming back to it. And that's it for me. I've listed it all. What I've tried to listen to, what I noticed, what I paid attention to. And yeah.
I've just been listening to Erykah Badu this week for the most part.
Nothing else?
I mean, I have my, my shit that I'll bump, you know what I'm saying?
Just I bump in the day.
Like, I listened to Big Sean's album this week a lot. And I've been bumping Nas' album a lot this week. So really just, I've been busy. So
rotation.
Yeah, just some shit when I get in the car, just bump my own beats.
Got you.
A lot of listening to my own beats.
A lot of listening to my own beats.
But I'm not.
Sad life of a producer.
Sad life of a producer. But it's been a crazy week. I'd say overall, busy week for me. Busy week in the news. Got some good news about the PS5.
Busy week for me too. Shit.
How busy?
Yeah, not as busy as
not
you. This normal work week, just busy work wise.
Yeah, everything's relative. But yeah, it's been a busy week news wise.
Hope you enjoyed us talking about nothing.
This is the podcast about nothing, baby.
It's the real Rando Convo.
It's like the Seinfeld podcast, basically.
I didn't watch Seinfeld.
Damn, I can't even say you're capping because like I'm not gonna go hard for Seinfeld like that.
Show, my opinion,
it absolutely is. But when it come on TV, I used to watch it and be like, "This is humor. It's humorous. It's not funny. It's humorous."
My dad definitely watches it.
It's like the little show. You're not gonna ever bust out laughing. You'll giggle a couple times though.
Great rating, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a C.
All right, Dick. So is this like goodbye thoughts? Are we saying our?
You wanna wrap it up?
Nigga, just drop the beat.